Tonight, the man pulled into an MRI by his necklace has died, we've learned. And tonight, his wife is grieving his loss after she says she watched him get sucked into that machine. News 12 Cecilia Dowd has the story.
I saw the machine, snatched him around and pulled him into the machine. He died. He went limp in my arms.
Family, welcome back to a place to conversate where we talk entertainment, politics, sports, pop culture, social issues, and everything in between. Today, family, we got to talk about this gentleman, Mr. Keith McAllister, the man who got caught up and lost his life, unfortunately, in an MRI machine. Let's understand how he came to lose his life in an MRI machine.
Adrian said after she'd had an MRI on her knee Wednesday, she needed help getting up. She said she asked the technician to get her husband.
And I yelled out Keith's name, Keith, come help me up, come help me up.
She said the technician went to get her husband and brought him into the room, despite the fact that Keith was wearing a 20-pound chain around his neck with a large lock that he used for weight training.
They were standing there laughing and joking before he even came to the table.
When Keith got closer to Adrian to help her up, she said the unthinkable happened.
At that instant, the machine switched him around, pulled him in, and he hit the MRI.
Adrian says she and the tech tried to pry Keith off the machine, but it was impossible.
I was like, could you turn up the machine, call 911, do something, turn this damn thing off?
Condolences to his wife and his family. But family, we gotta put this in context, all right? First of all, he went into the room with the MRI machine with a 20-pound metal chain on. Understand, I'm not talking about a regular gold chain. He had a 20-pound metal chain around his neck with a lock around it that he wore for weight training purposes. Let's just put that in context for a minute. I'm not talking about just a regular gold chain or something like that. Something that you would secure a chain link fence. Or better yet, just to put it more in context for you, if anybody's familiar with wrestling back in the day, Junkyard Dog, who used to wear this big chain around his neck. We're talking about something along the lines of that. This is what he went into the room where the MRI machine was, an active MRI machine. And don't get me wrong, there was negligence on both parts. Everybody's saying, oh, it was the facility's fault. Yes, it was. They were negligent. But I have to ask the question, was Mr. McAllister even that much more negligent? What I mean by that is, do you expect somebody else to think for you? It's not anyone else's job to think for you, especially when it comes to your safety and well-being. I mean, that's my position. You know, if it was me, first of all, I wouldn't have stepped into the room with a 20-pound. And I'm not making fun of, let's be clear, man. I'm not making fun of the fact that this man lost his life. Let's be clear. But nobody was thinking in this particular instance. Let's call a spade a spade. He wasn't thinking, nor was the staff thinking. All right, nor was his wife thinking to be calling him into the room. You know, this man's wearing a 20-pound metal chain around his neck. Wouldn't it have behooved him to say, hey, before I go in this room, is it safe? Is the machine off? Or hell, why don't I take the chain off until I go retrieve my wife and then put it back on? Why are you wearing a 20-pound chain around your neck in an open MRI facility in the first place? That's number one. And I get it. Everybody thinks differently. I damn sure wouldn't have did it. And if I did do something like that, I damn sure would have made sure that machine was off before I walked my ass in that room. Listen. There's signs all over the place. And clearly the staff was negligent. Yes, they played a part. I'm not absolving them at all from their responsibility at all. I'm not taking accountability away from the staff at all. They were definitely negligent. But again, is it their job to think for him? Should he have been more responsible for his own safety and well-being in that regard? You can't expect other people to think for you. That's not their job, especially when they're showing negligence. He had a part to play in that as much as they did, in my opinion. Now, I know his wife is about to get a big bag, for sure. And I know she's got to feel terrible because she's the one that called him into the room initially, which I don't know why, if a technician was in the room already. I don't know why she needed to call him for help when they had the technician in there already.
I'm not able to sleep. I'm barely eating. I just can't believe. I still trying to wrap my my head around the whole thing.
This was something straight out of a Final Destination movie. And I have to say that, it's not anyone else's job to think for you. He was responsible for his safety and well-being just as much as the facility was. How are you going to go into an open MRI facility wearing a 20-pound metal chain with a big-ass lock around it, and then go into a room not sure if the MRI machine is off or not? It is incumbent on you at some point to be accountable for your own safety and well-being, especially if the staff isn't. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to disagree, and that's fine. But that's my position, man. At some point, it was on him to be responsible for himself. Especially if the staff is being negligent. He should have took upon himself to ask before he stepped into that room, yo, is this machine off? Is it safe for me to go into this room where my wife is calling for me? Or better yet, just to alleviate all the bullshit, why don't you take the chain off and then put it back once you come out the room? I'm just saying, at some point, where is he responsible? And again, I'm not making fun of the man losing his life. Please, like I said, my heartfelt condolences goes out to his wife and to his family, But I have to ask the question, man, did he play a part in his own demise? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Did he have a responsibility for his own safety and well-being in this particular situation? You're going to an MRI facility. You know that these machines are on, especially if you step into a room where there's an MRI machine and you're wearing a 20-pound metal chain with a lock on it. Is it safe to enter this room? Did he have the responsibility to look out for his own safety and welfare? I just wanted to take the pulse of the family and see what you think about this. Do you think that Mr. McAllister played a part in his own demise when it came to him getting caught up in this MRI machine? That's the only question I'm asking. Hit me in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation. Either way, whether you agree or disagree, I'm interested to know what you think about this situation. And until next time, family, remember, stay safe and be well. This is your man, Jalil.